What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's beautiful project. This is the Bolt Atlanta Trespasser, the kind of off-road pickup trucky type thing. I say off-road, it's not 4x4, it is still just rear-wheel drive. But you can see it's jacked up a little bit, raised up a little bit higher, bit off the ground. Definitely going to take on the gravel track today. What do you think? We will be able to beat the Audi Quattro VM Rally off that top spot on the gravel track board there with a flying lap of 141.676. What do you think? We'll be able to do it today. Currently, the engine in there is one of the Hemis. I'm not sure which one, but let's get in and take a look. Bolt Atlanta Trespasser, 301,000 kilometers. Absolutely insane. Available from the barn, the junkyard, and the auction house. We got ours from the auction house. Did we get a good deal? No, but I'll take that. It's not that much. We bought it for 20,409 and could sell it for 19,649, losing out on 760. I'm sure we can claw that back by the time we finished building this beast. The engine currently in it is the V8 Hemi 440 6-pack, and we are going to be swapping to the V8 Hemi 426. I'm looking forward to that one. I think we're going to be able to squeeze a bit more power out of it. From stock, the 426 is the most powerful engine on this list, and that's why we're going for it. We want to make it as fast as we can around that wonderful gravel track. But before we jump into that, I need to say a huge congratulations to Multiply with his wide-body Salem GW500. Custom-built wide-body kit by himself. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm led to believe this will be coming out soon with a TK Aftermarket update for that mod on Nexus. So good luck with that. Congratulations, Multiply. Absolutely love it. Cannot wait to see that one available for everybody, along with hopefully a few other wide body kits. But back to today's video. We got our beautiful Trespasser. We've got to get it started. So let's get it into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. In the car wash with the Trespasser, we can already see it's red. Let's get it clean and see if there is any livery under there at the moment. Anything on the hood? Doesn't look like it. No livery at the moment. I think we're just going to go with a basic striped livery today or something along those lines. We'll check them out when we're in the paint shop a bit later. But let's get the interior all cleaned and ready to go. Get this beast back on the lifter. Get that Hemi ripped out of there. Ready to swap it in for the 426 and start getting everything else stripped down. Well, that engine's definitely visible under there. Let's get the oil pan. It is there, so let's get that all drained out. Quite hard to squeeze underneath that one. The framework sits a bit low, so drain you out. It's very, very dirty. Lot of it, though, so definitely enough in there. But let's get underneath and see what we've got going on. Get started with our beautiful starter. Out you come. And our first rusty bolt. Out you go as well. Then we'll crack on with this drive shaft. I almost got the exhaust then. Out you come there. Oh, missed the bolt. Nice and easy. Second rusty bolt. 2 for 2. 2 parts removed. 2 rusty bolts. Is there going to be a third one on the gearbox? There's 2 on the gearbox. So there we go. Out you come. And out you come just over there. And we'll get some of this exhaust out as well. Just so it's not in our way. Just the front sections there. Oh, make sure we actually get the front sections of the exhaust. There we go. Now we should be able to rip that engine block out of there. So back down on the ground you go. Let's go and grab that wonderful engine crane over to the Trespasser. And let's get the engine pulled out. Nice and easy. That's what we like to see. Let's get the crane put away and see what we've got going on inside the engine bay. In we go. Fuse box up there. Nice little cheeky cover on that one. Nice and simple. We've got the old style radiator with the coolant all inside it. Wishy-washy reservoir. Brake servo. Power steering reservoir. And a cheeky little battery just up here. Is that everything? We've got the floating bolt issue again with the engine heads. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Not the first time I've seen it. I've seen it once before. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem for us and we can get around that one a bit later. But there we go. Bit bizarre. But let's get some of these liquids drained. So back into normal mode. Back into additional tools. Drain mode. Click on hold on whichever one you want to drain the liquids from. Obviously, we've already discussed which ones they are. And it will drain all the liquids out. There we go. I'm going to get the rest of this stripped. Get our new engine all sorted and ready to go in. And when we come back, it'll be time to play with the bodywork before putting this beautiful Trespasser into the paint shop and deciding what we're going to do with it. That's all the mechanicals repaired, replaced, and upgraded, or upgraded, should I say. Ready to go back on our beautiful Trespasser. But now we need to sort this bodywork out, so let's start stripping it all down. Out with that front bumper, headlights, and off with the hood. Fender on the side there, windshield out you come, misclicked on there. Out with that front door. What else we got there? Rear window, you can definitely come out. Rear bumper, trunk piece. What else have we got? Not a lot. That might actually be everything. So we'll get on and grab this interior out. I quite like these seats. Maybe we'll keep them. I'll see how they paint a little bit better a little bit later. Obviously, we're going to have to buy some new ones anyway. Definitely not keeping that steering wheel. Not in our off-road vibe, I don't think. But is that everything? Fingers crossed. Wrong screen, but there's nothing showing up on there, so that indicates we have got everything down to 1% on there. That is what we like to see. There we go. We just nip into this. No, not this screen. This screen here. Frame is at 12%, and obviously I bought the car for a little over 20,000. What are we saying today? I'm just going to go 650. 1,050. I got the 50 right, but not everything else. There we go. Let's jump in and check out the body shop very quickly for the Bolt Atlanta. There's all your normal parts. There is a few bonus parts to go with this one. You go back 2 menus into the body tuning, back into the Bolt Atlanta. You've got a front bumper, a rear bumper, alternate headlights, and alternate tail lights. Now, I already know what I'm doing. I'm definitely using the ultimate bumpers. I'm not using the alternate headlights because I think the chrome across the front is going to look quite nice, but we will be using the alternative tail lights on this one. But there we go. Now we need to get this beautiful body all back together and get it into the paint shop. Let's get the little Bolt Atlanta Trespasser all back together then. Ready for a fresh coat of paint. On with the fenders. We didn't have to buy quite a lot of this. I managed to obviously repair that hood. New shiny headlights in there. In you go and in you go. And we've got that alternative front bumper that we are going to paint a colour later. I'm not sure yet. On with the other fender. Our other repairable part. Door brand new, windshield brand new, all of the windows and the mirrors were all brand new. There we go. Round to the back. Obviously, we got the new alternative tail lights looking good. In you go and in you go. A brand new trunk ready on there, and obviously that alternative rear bumper. We will be applying some colour to that one a little bit later on as well. Rear window in you go, door in you go, and then we've got window and mirror if I can eventually click on it. And that should be everything apart from our plates. We've gone for obviously VM plates with Trespass because I couldn't get Trespasser written on there. So there we go. Still blacked out. I believe they're going to fix that when they release the BMW DLC. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but hopefully not too long now. But anyway, jump inside. Let's get the interior in. I did keep the same seats for the time being. We may swap them out when I try and put some colour on them later, just depending on how they turn out. When we did obviously go the beautiful virtual mechanic steering wheel. I love that one. Thank you very much, Multiply, for that. And your competition win. But anyway, there we go. Is that everything back on this beautiful little truck? 100%, 100%, 100%. That is what we like to see. Let's get this one into the paint shop and decide what we're going to do with it. Well, this is the colour I'm going for today. A very, very beautiful matte deep purple. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. While we're here, though, let's see what liveries we've got. We could do purple and grey stripes. That's actually not that bad. That looks quite good. What else do we have in here? Purple and white stripes. Okay, that's pretty epic. We will be changing that front bumper. I'm going to change that to black no matter what happens. I'm going to do the same with the rear bumper. They're both going to be in a matte black just while we're here. I think the white stripes is what I'm going to go for. Then we've got the racing sort of style Bolt livery on there. That's looking quite nice. What else have we got? Triple black stripes up the front there with some metal grating in the back. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Definitely not what we're going for today, though. Slot number 4 is the Bolt Atlanta camo, although in purple, big Trespasser letters down the back as well. In purple, that does actually look quite nice, but I don't think it's what we're going for today. And then I think this is a workshop livery. We're definitely not using that one as it stands at the moment. I'm feeling the white stripes. I think they look pretty cool. That's probably what we're going to go for. We are also going to change our bolts. If we go, I don't want any of that. That was totally wrong. Come off of that entirely. Now I've lost my colour. I don't believe it. What did I have it on? I think it was around 300 and something. We'll go 304. 100% on there, and it was down to 40 on there. That looks a bit better. Back into this one. I just wanted to change the engine screws and the rims on there, and I want to make them all black. I think that's black. Colour, brightness, yes. We'll go with it. I might have to change it a little bit later, but let's get you all painted, and hopefully that's going to look fantastic on there. Lovely matte purple finish. White racing stripes down there. Looking pretty sweet. I wonder if we can get black and white. Purple and white on the seats. That might look quite nice. Very purple inside the engine base. We're going to use some black and whites in there. Also a splash of that purple as well. But we're also going to change this front bumper to black and this rear bumper to black. That's definitely going to happen. So I'm going to just take them off now. Out you come, out you come. And then I'm going to get on with painting these beautiful seats. A little bit of the steering wheel as well. Although it's already got the purple logo, which is kind of what I was after. But maybe a little bit more. We'll get all that painted. ready to go. Then I'm going to get all the engine bay stuff painted, all the suspension painted, that exhaust all painted and ready to go. We'll get it back on the lifter and start getting this beautiful Bolt Atlanta all back together. That's everything painted, ready to go back on the Trespasser, but we have changed a couple of little bits. You can see the rear bumpers are all in that matte black now, along with the front bumper, looking very nice on there. We did manage to get purple and white on these seats. I didn't change the seats, I kept them as they were. The white parts are a little bit too shiny for my liking, but the purple on the actual seats there looks pretty nice. And we did also get a little bit of purple on that steering wheel, the VM logo down there, and obviously on the bolts and stuff around it, looking very nice. But there we go. Now we need to crack on and get some beautiful suspension all together, starting with the shocks. We got black shocks and purple springs on there, looking very, very nice. That deep dark purple, absolutely loving it. But now let's get on down the back. We've got a few bits to go in just to save myself a little bit of time. The rear axle in that beautiful solid white on there. If we nip around to the front, we've got the pinion bearing. We've also got the pinion gear and another pinion bearing, and the rear diff pinion flange on there as well in the beautiful purple. First look at the black bolts, just the one on there so far. We nip around to the back. We've got the rear diff in there, a couple of brackets on either side, or caps, or whatever you want to call them. In you go, and in you go there. Then we got the diff cover, which we've done in a purple. And obviously you got them beautiful black bolts just following it all the way around. Looking very, very nice. We'll do the rest of that in a minute. You know the drill. Some beautiful little clips. But if we come up to the front, we'll get the front suspension crossmember in, also in the beautiful white. We've got the steering rack in there in the black, and the sway bar in a beautiful purple on there. Just keeping up with all the colour themes. There we go. Now we're going to jump to some clips of this all going in. I might be talking over it. We'll see if I get around to that or not. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in a minute. Let's get all this going in then. The knuckles in there. We've got the upper and lower suspension arms looking good in purple and white. The shock in there in black and purple. The bushings, both sides will be purple. We've got the knuckle and the knuckle cover, and the center hub there, purple and white. Looking very nice. On with the brake and the brake caliper in purple. Now onto the back. Here we go then. On with the purple shock. Everything's looking good. Purple bushings. Then we've got the purple arms with white bushing on the end there. Spring cap in the black. Purple spring. Purple center hub there. Spring cap on the top. All the brakes set up for the drum brakes. Fuel tank and fuel pump. We're ready to go. That's all the suspension done. Looking nice in the black, white and purple. Absolutely loving that. We have got some chrome elements to go on the engine today, so let's crack on and get the engine bay all sorted. There ain't really much to go in here today. We've got a wishy-washy reservoir, power steering reservoir just up there. Over here, we got the battery tray, which we've done in a lovely white, which should sit nicely on that purple. Battery unpainted, a white bracket on the top, and then some lovely purple chrome bracket rods. Just finishing it off. In you go, and in you go there. Looking very good. Up here, we've got the brake servo. Nicely done. And then down to the front, we've got the big old radiator, which we've done in a lovely matte black on there. The same black that is on the fuse box. Lovely little matte black on them. Just finishing them off, just making them look that little bit better. That's it for the engine bay. No ECU in this one today. Not really much to check out there. So let's go and build that beautiful 426 Hemi. There it is on the stand. The blocks in a black and purple, looking absolutely lovely. The single camshaft runs right through the middle. And then we've got the heads, both in a purple and black on there, looking quite nice. With the oil pan, also in a cheeky little purple. Inside the heads, you've got the rocker arms, but underneath the rocker arms, you've got 8 of the valve push rods and 4 spark plugs on either side. So 16 push rods and 8 spark plugs in total. But let's crack on. Let's start getting some of this together. In we go with the cam gear. I did try some of the TK Aftermarket ones. They don't work with this engine. On with the timing chain, and then we've got the timing cover, which is in a white on the front there, just adding a splash of that white element, looking very nice. The water pump itself is in purple and white, looking good on there. All these bolts that we're bolting up, they will go black when we drop this one in the car. Then we've got the arm on the side there, just in a cheeky little black. The arm on the other side also just in a cheeky little black. Water pump pulley's blacked out. Crankshaft pulley is in the chrome. That's our first piece of chrome on there. Power steering pump also in chrome and purple. Looking very nice on there. And the alternator is also in a chrome and purple, but it went the other way. The bits I wanted chrome are purple, and the bits I wanted purple have gone chrome. Bit of a shame, but we still got the colours we were after in there. And it still looks pretty good. Belts are just blacked out belts as per usual. In you go and in you go. We also have the oil filter just down here, which we've just kept in a cheeky white. The big old radiator fan is also in a beautiful white on there as well. Looking very nice. In you go. We've got the ignition coil just up here, blacked out. Then we got the distributor, just popping it in there. That is in a white and chrome. White around the outside. Lovely splash of chrome through the middle. The rotor not painted. And then the cap in a purple on the top with a pair of white clips just to hold it all in place. And looking fantastic on there. I'm liking that. On with the engine head covers. These are just in a white. In my head, they're going to look very nice in comparison to the dual white stripes we've got running over the car. Obviously, that purple on white on there. Looking very nice. In you go and in you go. All bolted up there. We could do the cables, but I'm going to wait. Intake manifold in a beautiful purple running up through the middle just there. Loving that. Looking good. And then we got the carburetors. Now, these are purple and chrome. All the red bits you can see here are purple. Everything else is chrome. And I think they look absolutely fantastic on there. Same for the rear one as well. Looking beautiful. Loving that. All of the little accessories on there in the purple. Then we've got the air filter base, which we've just blacked out on there. The lovely performance air filter around the top. And then a lovely chromed out air filter cover on the top. Again, the bolts will go black when we get it in the car. Around to this side. Fuel filter just in a cheeky little white. Let's get the cables all done. The ignition wires, if I could click on them, that is, in a beautiful purple on there. And then just down to the side, the exhaust manifolds all chromed out. And yes, the rest of the exhaust is all chromed out as well. And hopefully it's going to look absolutely fantastic. We will find out in just a little while once we've got all of this dropped into the car, and hopefully looking fantastic. I really like that. The purple, white, black, and chrome combination on there looks fantastic. But how good would it look inside our beautiful Bolt Atlanta Trespasser? In we go. Let's get you put in. Get the crane put away. It's a bit low down. Let's go a bit closer. That's looking quite nice. The purples are still looking very, very nice. You've got the white matching in with the two white stripes on there. And a lovely bit of chrome just down the middle. And if we go in, you can see all of the bolts have gone a lovely little black on there. It's more evident to the front if we can get there, especially on that big old fan. Looking very nice on there. I'm liking that. Let's get you up in the air, though. Let's get the gearbox, a drive shaft, and the rest of that exhaust all in. And get this Bolt Atlanta Trespasser ready to go onto the gravel track and attempt to beat that beautiful Quattro. In we go with the gearbox. Purple and black, but the other way around this time. I thought we'd keep mostly the gearbox in purple. Looking very nice on there. Just a few little black splashes on there. Starter, in you go. We've done that in a white. We've kept it standard looking. Otherwise, it goes completely white, and it just looks a little bit weird, in my opinion. Front exhaust pipes, these are in chrome and purple. Just the little sheaths there in the purple, looking fantastic. The middle muffler, as you can see, is the resonator delete pipe, also in the beautiful chrome. And then, too far. Then the rear mufflers are just fully chromed out all the way to the end. Looking very nice in there. Drive shaft itself, I went for the carbon fiber one. We didn't leave any carbon on it. It is just a solid purple throughout there. I mean, it's not solid as in the color choice. It's a matte purple, but it's purple all the way through. Looking very, very good. That's it apart from the wheels. So let's take a walk out if we can. Lots of chrome under there. Plenty of purple and white. That is looking pretty fantastic in my opinion. Even with the drum brakes on the back. Let's get you back down on the ground. Let's get some windows tinted, liquids topped up. Let's get some wheels done and get this beautiful Trespasser outside in the sun. Well, there she is then, the Bolt Atlanta Trespasser, all finished and looking absolutely fantastic in that matte purple with the white racing stripes and plenty of chrome sticking out from underneath, including on them beautiful, beautiful rims. I'm absolutely loving this one. The interior is pretty sweet as well. Purple and white seats. Bit of purple on that steering wheel as well. And if we open up the hood, that 426 Hemi looks absolutely fantastic under there, in my opinion. But what do you think? Do let me know in the comments below. But let's talk about these rims. I went for the rim 13 today. You can just about see it. The bolts around the outside are all in a beautiful purple on there, with the rest of the rim in chrome. And some normal black bolts, the same as the rest of the build on the center there. The fronts are an 18-inch rim, 235 width, and a 60 profile on there at the front. If we nip down to the back, very, very similar, but not quite the same. Still an 18-inch rim, but it's 265 width, so just a bit wider, and a 50 profile, so it's actually a bit thinner on the profile side of things, but they still look pretty good on there. And hopefully, when we get this one on the gravel track, it won't be too bad. Fingers crossed, it is rear-wheel drive. We might struggle a little bit today, but let's jump inside. In we go. Beautiful, beautiful interior. But let's get it started and hear that 426 Hemi purr. That's a beautiful grumbly tick over. I love the sound of these Hemis. Let's give it some gas. Oh, bit of a mean sounding top end on that one. I'm liking it. But let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is, what its drag rating will be, and then it's off to the gravel track for some racing. On the dyno with our Bolt Atlanta Trespasser, powered by a V8 Hemi 426 with 425 factory horsepower. How much have we added to this beast today with our performance parts? And what will its drag rating be? Let's take a look. A gain of 422 horsepower, 100%? Well, it's around 100%, but not quite. But there we go, 100% gain, apparently. Bringing us up to 846 total measured horsepower with a drag rating of B, 377. Kind of makes me a little bit glad we're taking this one on the gravel track, not on the drag strip. But I'm also not that glad this is on the gravel track. I've had a few test laps, and it's not going well. But anyway, let's get into the gearbox tune for today. This should be a laugh. That's what we've gone for, 4.76 ratio. I've added a gear. I've changed everything. Nothing is as it is stock. We got 40k in the first gear, up to 58, and then up to a reported 140k. I don't think we'll ever get to any of them speeds. Well, definitely not that speed. This is a very hard to drive on the gravel track, but we're going to have a bit of fun with it nonetheless. This does have 2 fully tunable carbs. There is a link just up here to the shorts to how to tune the carbs perfectly every time. There's also a link in the description and to one to the ECU, but you could just find the shorts on my channel. Nice and easy, both fully tuned and ready to go. So let's get this beast onto the gravel track and give it a go to try and beat that Audi. Well, here we are then with the Bolt Atlanta Trespasser on the gravel track. This is still a terrible idea. Would not recommend. But anyway, we're going to get into it. I'm not going to show you any of the standing lap apart from our launch, because this full lap is going to just take a little bit longer, because this is not the quickest and it's very hard to drive. But anyway, let's go. Come on, Bolt Atlanta Trespasser. Full power until now. I'm just going to come off a little bit of the power there, because this is very squirmy and we don't want to be at full acceleration pretty much anywhere on this track. You can see how much countering steering I'm doing here just to try and keep it remotely straight. Oh, down the final straight. Power on, bit more power, and across the line. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Definitely not breaking any records with this one today. Bit more power, too much. Let's get up and around this bend. We want to get there. Come on, power. Maybe 5th gear was not the best option. Let's drop it down. I went for 4th, but it decided 3rd was the best choice. Oh, this is so hard to drive. Come on, down the other side of the hill. That's it, over the crest, into the bend. Bit of braking, just for good measure to keep us going there as we pull around. Bit more power. Oh, too much power. There we go, over the jump. Are we going to get any air? Tiny little bit of air. Barely anything at all, but at least that wasn't smoother than the first lap, which you didn't see, but it was definitely smoother, trust me. As we wrap it around here, let's keep going. Come on, car, you can do this. Bit of braking for the exit, and then just, oh, the car stopped sliding for a minute there. Let the car slide around, as I was about to say. Into the full U-turn, going all the way around, full lock the other way, back and forth, trying to keep this up as straight as we possibly can. It likes to just pick a direction and then head in it for fun. Oh, please don't tell we missed a checkpoint. I hope we didn't miss a checkpoint as we fell off the track a little bit there. Up and over the second crest of this track. Around we go. Come on, into the U-turn. Round we go. Keeping it. Just about keeping it. Probably said keeping it too many times there, but there we go. Into the wiggly section. Bit of braking, because we do want to make sure we can exit this into the forest section relatively nicely. Again, hope we didn't miss a checkpoint. I'd be so upset. Let's keep going around. We're in the forest section. We're in the hard bit to see. Oh, let the car pull us around there. I did have to brake just a little bit extra. Make sure we were making it all the way around. Oh my God. Oh, taking out more bollards as we go. Keep going around. Car, pull us around this corner. Too much. Not enough. There we go. Back into it. On the track still. Whoop. Very slidey indeed. Final corner. Little bit of braking to get us around. Back on the power. Can we beat our standing lap? I certainly hope so. And there we go. Crashing into a tree and across the line with the Bolt Trespasser Atlanta doing its standing lap in 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 0.984. And its flying lap in 2 minutes, 5 seconds, 0.954. Definitely not beating any records today, but hopefully we can still sell this one on for a little bit of profit. So let's get it back to the garage and let's see if we can sell it on and make some money. Well, there it is, the Bolt Atlanta Trespasser with a beautiful 426 Hemi under the hood, looking absolutely fantastic. It wasn't the quickest around the gravel track, coming in 11th out of 12 with a flying lap of 2 minutes and 5 seconds. 9.954, only losing out to the Volkswagen Baja Beetle is the only thing worse on the gravel track than this Bolt Atlanta Trespasser. But there we go, it is what it is. Let's talk some facts and figures. I bought the car for $20,409 at the beginning of the episode and could have sold it and lost out on 706. But we obviously didn't do that. We spent a further $55,275 upgrading, modifying, tuning, and painting this beautiful car that sadly wasn't very good on what we built it for. But never mind, paying our total spend at $75,684. Is there some money to be made from this beautiful little Trespasser? Let's get in and let's take a look in a moment when we can get around the back of this car. I like things to be smoother, so let's get all the way around and then let's take a look. Well, there it is, all 100% complete. Absolutely fantastic. Not the most powerful, not the quickest on the gravel track. It is a rear-wheel drive V8 Hemi-powered beast, though, so I'm never really that surprised. But let's get into it. We did make quite a bit of extra power out of that engine. It reckoned 100%. 425 horsepower. We had an additional 422, taking us up to 846 horsepower in total. Loving the V26 Hemi. Beautiful, beautiful engine. But we spent $75,684 to get there. Is there some money to be made? Thank Lord for that. With $102,812 sale price, we can make $27,128 from our Bolt Atlanta Trespasser. It looks great. More of a show car than it is of a gravel track user. So let's say goodbye to this one. Off you go. We'll take our little bit of profit because profit is a profit. We will get this beautiful little GW500 up onto the show car board as by Wednesday's video. So if you haven't given this one a score yet, do make sure you give it a score out of 10 in the comments below somewhere. And then hopefully it'll be in the top 4 and line up along there. It's one of my favorite builds I've ever done. I absolutely love it. Apart from maybe the truck there. It looks beautiful. But what have we got coming up next? You have already seen it on the trailer there. This is the Sixion Subuleon? Don't know. Probably pronouncing that totally wrong. And it's the QP edition. Don't know what that is either. It's done 190,000 kilometers. It's available from the junkyard, the auction house, and the barn. We got ours from the auction house. Did we get a good deal? No, but not by much. About the same as the Trespasser today. Very, very close. 11,212 is what we paid for it. We could sell it for 10,537 right now, losing out on 675, which we're definitely not going to do. The engine in this one is currently the i4 2-litre double overhead cam TFSI engine. We have done that one before. Shall we swap it out for something else? What do you think? Let me know. Maybe we should swap out for the turbo one. Maybe we should put an i3 in there. We will be putting this one around the racetrack. Done the gravel track. We're going to go back to the racetrack for this one. So let me know what an engine you want with it. And whether you think it'll be any good. 270 factory horsepower is what we're starting with. This is what we'll be back with on Wednesday. So make sure you join us back here on Wednesday for this beautiful, beautiful little car. What did you think of the Bolt Atlanta Trespasser today? Do let me know in the comments below. Leave a cheeky little like if you did enjoy it. Share this video if you think somebody else might enjoy it. And double check you are subscribed and click that notification bell just to get alerted whenever I release a brand new video. It's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but you already knew that. So we'll be back on Wednesday with that beautiful, beautiful little Sixion or whatever we're calling it. Looking fantastic. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end. I really do appreciate it. One of the best ways you can support me is watching the content all the way through. Thank you very much for that. Hope you have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.